Hello Chris666 asks, do you think religion is bad and possibly degenerative to us as a society? I think that religion by itself is mostly wonderful. Institutionalized religion is 50% wonderful. There's a lot of times where people will believe things, unethical things, in the name of religion, in the name of institutionalized religion. You can be Christian, you can be Muslim, you can be Buddhist, you can be Jewish, and not do it in an institutionalized way, where you have to talk to a priest to be one with God, or whatever. So I'm just talking about that, or you don't have to live in a monastery if you want to be a Buddhist. I really believe these things. But anywho, but there are some really good benefits to institutionalized religion. It's sort of a meeting place for people. It's a place where a community can form. I kind of get a little bit saddened when I see, well, when I see a church that's just had so much money poured into it. I don't think that's a bad thing. I just kind of wish that some of that money could be poured into, like, city beautification, or I don't know. I guess it's not really a bad thing to spend money on, so I don't know. Okay, moving on. Cool Dude 1886 asks, if you could become a YouTube partner but YouTube would pick the game for you, would you do it? I hear that YouTube partners make almost no money, so if they could guarantee that I'd get a certain amount of viewership, okay. Otherwise, not really. Placluclu asks, what consoles do you own? Moving on. RPG Kid 5464 asks, what do you think about the upcoming Left 4 Dead 2? I think that it's not different enough from Left 4 Dead 1 to really make me excited enough to get it. I know it's different. I know it's a better version. But if I want to play more Left 4 Dead, wouldn't I just play more Left 4 Dead? I don't know. I just don't think it's... I think if you haven't bought Left 4 Dead 1, wait for Left 4 Dead 2. But if you've already bought Left 4 Dead 1, just play that. I don't know. Or unless you absolutely love it, then you might want to get both. Okay, PCrated asks, are you ever think about running contests for fun or for prizes such as channel promotion, etc.? Maybe if I had a whole bunch of people donating to me or something like that, I'd be able to do that. But I don't really want to spend money that I'm not earning. Electrobinary asks, what is the first thing you would save in case of a huge earthquake in hopes you'll survive? I'm guessing my monitor? It's really the only thing I have of value that... Okay, my monitor isn't worth a whole lot. It's for some. Nothing else, except for, of course, my computer itself, is very valuable. If it's an earthquake... If my computer gets damaged to the point of it breaking significantly, there's almost no chance I'm going to survive, so I wouldn't have to worry about it. Computers are pretty robust. You can take a bat to it, and you probably only lose one or two components after whacking it a few times. I don't know. You could, if you open up the side casing and started like really hitting. Cases are pretty hard. I always also get all metal cases, not plastic cases. Cisco 325, I didn't actually slur that. I think that's with that many S's and C's. I think that's how it's pronounced. What do you not like about Oblivion? The leveling system, the overabundance of dialogue, the general lack of direction. Although Fallout 3 doesn't have direction, but it kind of is more forgiving of the explorative, is that a word? Explorative nature. CCJ55 Dawn asks Jay Leno or Conan O'Brian. To the best of my knowledge, I prefer Jay Leno. I don't really watch either of them that much. Johaku 99, sorry, Johaku asked, do I like WWE or UFC? I don't think WWE was the one I liked. I like UFC a little bit. It's interesting. It's quite interesting. I've always wondered why they don't throw each other more. Seems like these guys are really muscular and they weigh like 130 pounds. Why can't they just pick each other up and throw them across the cage. I don't know. I guess that happens sometimes. Comma 3344 asks, are you a fan of any sport? Not really, but if I had to pick one, I guess it would be tennis. Not because I think tennis is a great game, but because I've played it quite a bit as a hobby for a while, and since I've played it, I kind of have some sort of empathy for it. If it wasn't that, it'd probably be soccer, probably. What is my least favorite sport? I was kind of thinking football for a while, but if you want to go boring, go into golf. Wow. That is so boring. Okay. Maybe if I really liked play, I also never would want to play golf, but if I did play golf, it might not be so bad. Hobbit2245 asks, how do I feel about emulators? I think that if people have a relatively powerful computer, they should significantly think about purchasing the cartridge to a game, like a Game Boy, or PlayStation, or a Nintendo 64, or Super Nintendo, or something like that. Buy just the cartridge, not the actual device, and then emulate it, because it's legal at that point. I don't think people should have to pay for the machine to old school consoles. So I think you should buy the cartridge. You can probably get them for just a couple of bucks. So I think that emulators are great for that. Go with the emulator and actually own the cartridge. And you can sell your cartridge to friends or whatever for the same amount you bought them for if you have the ability to do that. You can tell them to use an emulator. Or you could, of course, do it non-legitimately, but I don't really condone that. Okay, FMC asks, my girlfriend is making me more mature, not childish. Is this something she should be doing? Do you believe it is right? Depends on if you're too serious or you're too playful. If you are too playful, you should... she is improving you by making you more mature, and if you are too serious, she is improving you by making you exhibit your inner child. So there's a happy balance there, and if she's helping you towards your balance, it's a benefit. The Ungiver asks, do you think as your popularity exponentially, which I found out it's actually not moving exponentially, it's actually moving rather linearly, positively, but linearly, increases, that you'll have to reform the way things work on your channel as you get more and more requests and other demands from your viewers? I already have been. Every month I change my schema a little bit to better handle my new popularity.